How do I know he loves me? Excuse me, can you quiet down? Some people are trying to focus.
Hi guys! Today we're going to learn how to clone in Filmora X. As you can see, I have already imported my 2 video files. So we want to take the main video file that we're going to use and drag it down to the timeline. So we want to find the point that we are getting ready. We want to trim that. And then we want to go ahead and trim the end. All right, so now we want to take our second clip and we are going to drag it to the timeline that is above the previous video. So we want to find the part where we actually want it to be. Let me just zoom in a little bit. We're going to clip that there. And we want to clip that there. So now, as you can see, because we have one timeline on top and one on the bottom, you can only see this one that is on top. So now we are going to go to Effects. And if you may remember, this is very similar to the cinema style that we used a couple weeks ago. Go down to Utility. And then scroll down until you see Image Mask and drag and drop that to the timeline on the top. So of course this oval is not going to work. So we are going to double click and we are going to hit the arrow for video effects. And then we are just going to search until we see a vertical rectangle. So this one looks, let's try that one. Okay. And the best part is that you can adjust it. So this looks just about right. There we go. Okay, now of course we have this hard line here. So in order to get rid of that, we want to scroll down to where it says feather. And we can move this slider so that it's as feathered as we want. Now we can leave it like this, but for a more cohesive look, we are going to have to change the colors for this top one up here. So to do that, we can double click on it again. Go ahead and click the button so that the video effects is smaller. And then we want to go to color and go ahead and click click Advanced. This will give us a lot better idea of what we're looking at. And if you go to Adjust here at the top, then that's even better. So if you remember, the coloring in our left side of the video is a little bit lighter. So we're just going to darken the exposure just a little bit. And we're going to bump up the contrast just a tad to compensate. Okay, click OK. And we see we have basically a perfect match. We can just fine tune just a little bit more. Looks like it needs to be just a tad darker. So color, go to exposure, maybe, oops, maybe instead of -7, we can do let's try -8 instead. Then click OK, and we see we now have a seamless transition. So now what we want to do is we want to have our video make more sense. So we're going to take and move this here. Okay, so let's see how it looks right now.
How do I know he loves me?
So we want to move this top track up here just a little bit further that way.
He loves me. Excuse me, can you quiet down? Some people are trying to focus.
So of course one of the most important things is we want the videos to end at the same time. They do not have to begin at the same time, but as long as they end at the same time, then that's what matters. Now you can use this feature with a lot of different things. This is just one example. If you would like to see more tutorials about how to clone yourself in Filmora, then be sure to let me know by leaving a comment below. That just about wraps up our video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.